Let me start with a line that will shake you a little. It's not always about how many positions you know. It's about knowing the one position that makes him lose control again and again before you've even fully given yourself to him. That's the difference between ordinary intimacy and unforgettable intimacy. Because here's the truth. You don't need 50 different tricks, 20 rehearsed moves, or to be some sort of adult film acrobat to blow his mind. What you need is understanding how a man's body responds, how his psychology works, and how to use anticipation and control to make him release not once, not twice, but 3 times, all before you even come down fully on him. Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me. What most women don't realize is this: men are wired to chase and to surrender. They crave the dance between control and helplessness. And there's one single position, one psychological setup that pushes every button in his body and mind at once. It gives him the perfect cocktail of pleasure, tension, anticipation, and surrender. And that's what makes him explode, not just once, but again and again. Now, before I break it down for you, I need you to understand something very important. This isn't just about the mechanics. Yes, the angle matters. Yes, the technique matters. But what really makes this position work is you, your energy, your confidence, the way you tease, the way you control the rhythm, the way you make him feel like he's on the edge of heaven, begging for more. That's the secret. So let's start with the psychology behind it, because if you don't understand why this works, you'll never truly master how to use it. The psychology of anticipation. Most people think men are simple: touch him, stroke him, give him what he wants, and he's done. But here's the real truth. Men are just as wired by the mind as they are by the body. And the most powerful sexual drug you can give a man isn't just pleasure, it's anticipation. Think about it like this: if he gets everything he wants instantly, the brain registers satisfaction, but not obsession. It's the waiting, the teasing, the almost that makes his nervous system go into overdrive. The dopamine in his brain spikes not at the moment of release, but in the build up to release. That's why when you slow it down, when you pull back, when you hold him right on the edge, you're giving him something more powerful than an orgasm. You're giving him control lost, which for most men is the ultimate fantasy. Why this position works like magic, this one position I'm talking about, isn't complicated. It's not acrobatics. In fact, it's incredibly simple. But that's why it's powerful. It places you in control while leaving him vulnerable, exposed, and begging. It allows you to decide the rhythm, the depth, the pace. And it's designed to maximize friction and pressure in a way that overwhelms him before he even gets the full experience. It's the position where you're above him, but you're not committing all the way. You're tasing, hovering, making him feel your weight, your warmth, your presence, but not giving him the full plunge. Just the tip, just the edge, just enough to make him lose his mind. You're riding the line between pleasure and denial. And in that space, his body betrays him. He can't help but release, sometimes multiple times, because the anticipation becomes unbearable. Now, let me tell you the secret. It's not about speed. It's about rhythm. It's not about going hard. It's about stopping, starting, circling, dipping, pulling back. It's the rhythm of control, the role of your confidence. But none of this works if you don't own it. If you hesitate, if you're shy, if you seem like you're doing it for him instead of because you enjoy it, the spell breaks. What makes this position unforgettable is the energy of a woman who knows she's in command, who knows she's the queen in that moment, deciding how much pleasure he gets when he gets it and how long he has to wait for it. And men remember this not because of the physical act itself, but because of the imprint it leaves. He remembers feeling powerless under you. He remembers begging. He remembers you smiling down at him like you knew exactly what you were doing. That image, that memory, sticks in his head forever. The setup, picture this. He's lying back, eyes locked on you. You lower yourself slowly, deliberately, not rushing, not giving him all of you at once. You let him feel the heat, the weight, the presence of you, but you hold back. His body tenses. His breath shortens. You know he's seconds away, but you don't let him have it. You pull back, you circle, you tease. And before you even commit fully, his body gives in. Release. And the best part, his sensitivity after release makes him even more vulnerable, even more desperate. And when you repeat the cycle, lower, tease, pull back, his body betrays him again. That's how you get 3 back to back without ever fully coming down. But the real key is how you carry yourself in those moments. The eye contact, the smirk, the way you hold his hands down or place them where you want them, the way you whisper in his ear, "You're not ready for all of me yet." That's what makes it unforgettable. Because here's the truth: a man can watch endless videos of people having sex. He can see 100 different positions. But what he can't forget is the experience of you. The way you made him feel like he was at your mercy, the way his body surrendered to your control. That's what no other woman can replicate. That's why this one position, used with confidence and mastery, will make him release 3 times before you even fully give yourself to him. And here's the kicker: once a man has experienced this, every other experience feels flat. He'll crave it again and again. He'll crave you. Let's get very real here. Most people rush intimacy. They think it's about speed, about pounding, about reaching climax as fast as possible. But the women who haunt a man's memory, the women he tells his friends about, the women he secretly compares every new experience to, those women understand that unforgettable intimacy is about pacing, layering, and control. And this single position is the perfect example of that. Because it's not about you bouncing up and down wildly like a scene from a movie. It's about how you stretch out time. You're taking one act and making it feel like an eternity of pleasure. You're slowing his mind while speeding his heartbeat. And when you master that, his body won't last. So let's break this down step by step. Step 1 Z, the approach, setting the tone before you even straddle him. You're already in control. The look in your eyes, the way you move, the way you place your hands on his chest, it all tells him something. It says, I'm not just here to give you pleasure. I'm here to own you tonight. The anticipation starts here. You can kiss him slowly, let your lips drag across his skin, make him feel your breath on his neck. Every second you delay, his body is tightening, his mind is begging. That's step 1, don't rush. Make the approach a ceremony, not a sprint. Step 20, the hover, the power of almost. Now here's the secret sauce. When you're above him, don't immediately give in. Hover. Let him feel the weight of you, the warmth, the closeness, but keep him waiting. His hips will twitch. His body will arch. He'll try to lift himself into you. Don't let him. Gently press him back down. Smile. Look into his eyes with that your mine expression. This is where you're teaching his body to beg, and begging is a powerful drug. Step 3, the tease just enough to drive him crazy. Lower yourself slightly. Give him just the tip, just a taste of what's coming. Then pull back. Do it again and again. Every time you do, his body believes he's about to get everything, and then you snatch it away. This push and pull is what makes his nervous system go into overdrive. Think of it like giving him sips of water in the desert, but never the full glass. Each sip makes him thirstier, not less. That's the paradox of teasing. The more you give, the more he craves. Step 4, the rhythm circles, pulses, starting now, let's talk rhythm. The biggest mistake people make is going into autopilot, up and down. Same speed, same motion, his body adapts. He can last longer, he feels predictable. But when you change the rhythm, circling your hips, grinding slowly, pausing completely, dropping suddenly, you overload his senses. He doesn't know what's coming next. And that unpredictability keeps his brain firing. His arousal spikes, then resets, then spikes again. That's what leads to multiple uncontrollable releases. Think of yourself as the DJ of his body. You're not just playing one track on repeat, you're mixing beats, slowing it down, dropping it hard, cutting the sound, then blasting it back. That's what makes the crowd go wild. And in this case, the crowd is his entire nervous system. Step 5, the lockdown control with your body. Here's where things get really powerful. Don't let him take over. If he tries to thrust upward, hold him down. Place your hands on his chest, grip his wrists, pin his arms above his head, or simply press your hips down firmly, controlling his ability to move. That helplessness. That's unforgettable. That's what makes him release even when he's trying to hold back, because the male ego is built on control, on performance. And when you strip that away in the sexiest, most playful way, he surrenders completely. His body betrays him again and again. Step 6, say, the eye contact and expression. You want to know the detail he will never forget. It's not just the orgasm. It's the image burned into his mind of you. The way you look down at him with that smirk, that playful grin, that knowing smile, the way you locked eyes as he released, powerless under your control. That's what will replay in his head long after. That's what he'll think about when he's alone. That's what will make him crave you, not just the position. Step 7, Hein. The layering multiple rounds. Here's how you make him release 3 times before you even give him the full plunge. Lower just enough to stimulate and tease K-build he releases quickly. Keep going. Don't stop. Use sensitivity to your advantage. G slow grind. He can't control it. A second release. After brief teasing again, repeat the cycle with a new rhythm. Deeper eye contact, more dominance, third release. before you fully commit. And here's the beauty: each release makes him more vulnerable, more sensitive, more desperate for you. By the time you actually calm down fully, he's completely at your mercy. He's emptied himself for you, but mentally he's hungrier than ever. The psychological anchor now, let's step back. Why does this position burn into his memory so deeply? It's not just because of pleasure. It's because you've anchored an emotional experience to it. He didn't just get off. He felt teased, denied, controlled, dominated, adored, seen, overwhelmed, all in one. That cocktail of emotions is what makes this unforgettable. Because here's the truth: men forget physical acts, they never forget emotional imprints. And this one position, when done with confidence, playfulness, and rhythm, gives him both physical satisfaction and emotional surrender. That's why it works. That's why he'll talk about you years later. That's why he'll compare every other woman to you. The shift from ordinary to legendary. Most women give him pleasure. Few women give him obsession. Ordinary intimacy leaves him satisfied. Legendary intimacy leaves him weak, trembling, and unable to get you out of his head. And this single position, the tease, the control, the anticipation, the hovering, the rhythm changes, the smirk, the lockdown, is legendary. It's not about being acrobatic. It's not about being wild. It's about owning his mind as much as his body. When you do this, you're no longer just a lover. You're an experience. And experiences like this, they become stories he never stops telling himself. Now that you've mastered the steps, rhythms, and control techniques of this one unforgettable position, it's time to talk about what separates great intimacy from legendary intimacy, the emotional imprint you leave on him. Because here's the truth: a man will forget the technique, he will forget the mechanics, but he will never forget the way you made him feel. And that, my dear, is where the magic truly happens. Emotional anchoring creating obsession. You see, human memory doesn't work in isolation. Experiences become unforgettable when they're tied to emotion. That's why roller coasters, breathtaking sunsets, and first kisses stick in our heads. And intimacy, it's no different. The more you can link pleasure to emotion, the more his brain anchors the memory to you. After you've guided him through those 3 uncontrollable releases, don't just drop him. Don't let him drift off into empty satisfaction. Instead, meet him in the aftermath, hold him, look into his eyes, laugh, whisper something teasing, something warm, something only between the two of you. Let him feel the full spectrum desire, surrender joy and connection all at once. This is where most women fail. They think the act ends when he comes, but the reality is the experience lingers in the brain for hours afterward. If you handle it right, you can anchor that memory to you. He'll replay it over and over in his head, craving the intensity of your presence and the pleasure you gave him. The power of playfulness and confidence. Here's another little known secret: obsession isn't built on submission alone. It's built on playfulness, confidence. The combination of dominance and flirtation. When you tease him, when you smile at his desperation, when you whisper naughty encouragement or pull back just at the perfect moment, you are telling his brain, I am in control and I know exactly what I'm doing. That energy, the subtle mix of power, delight, and mischief is what makes him addicted. Confidence amplifies everything. It transforms a simple physical act into a mental storm. He isn't just experiencing pleasure, he's experiencing you. And when he thinks of pleasure in the future, he'll think of you first. Aftercare, sealing the memory. Aftercare isn't just about comfort. It's a psychological lock. That when you show warmth after such intense physical surrender, you balance intensity with tenderness. That balance tells his subconscious, this isn't just a body. This is someone I can trust, someone I want, someone unforgettable. You can use simple aftercare techniques, gentle kisses, resting your head on his chest, murmuring compliments, playful whispers. These moments make the experience 3-dimensional, physically exhilarating, emotionally rich, and mentally imprinted. That is why men think about these women long after the act is over. Psychology of lasting desire. Let me explain why men can't forget women who master this position. Sensory overload. You've combined touch, rhythm, teasing, and dominance. His body experiences pleasure at multiple peaks, leaving a trail of biochemical intensity. Psychological surrender. By controlling the rhythm and anticipation, you've made him give up his ego, his sense of control, and for that moment, he is yours. Emotional memory, the connection, eye contact, whispers, and aftercare anchor the physical experience to a deep emotional memory. When these 3 layers collide, you're no longer just a woman he's intimate with. You are the experience he can't stop thinking about. The final play, turning desire into obsession. Obsession doesn't happen by accident. It's crafted And here's how: mix control with responsiveness. Respond to his cues, but keep your energy dominant. Layer pleasure with unpredictability, change rhythm, intensity, pressure. Use teasing, pull back at the right moment, whisper, smile, make him earn every peak. Anchor it emotionally, cuddle, whisper, touch, hold, and gaze. This isn't manipulation, it's mastery. It's learning the art of giving him pleasure while creating an experience he can't forget. By now, you've set up a cycle where he is aroused, overstimulated, teased, overwhelmed, and cherished, all in one sitting. That combination is chemical, psychological, and emotional. It's addictive. And once he experiences this, he won't just want it again. He'll want you. Playfulness and anticipation, the secret edge, don't forget, anticipation is your superpower. Even after he's had 3 releases, the tease doesn't end. Leave little hints, playful glances, touches that remind him of what's coming next. Build excitement between encounters. That's how desire turns into obsession. Confidence and playfulness are key. A woman who is confident in her body, in her rhythm, and in her understanding of his mind will always be remembered. And the ones who are playful, teasing, and fully engaged, they haunt men's thoughts for years. The grand takeaway from technique to mastery: here's what you need to remember. One position can change everything, but it's not just about mechanics. It's about confidence, control, rhythm, teasing, and emotional depth. It's about how you approach, how you pause, how you tease, how you connect, and how you finish. It's about making him physically overwhelmed while emotionally tethered to you. When you bring these elements together, you don't just give him pleasure. You give him a story, a memory, a craving. You become the woman he remembers, the woman he wants, the woman he can't forget. And here's the ultimate truth: unforgettable intimacy isn't just about what you do. It's about who you are in that moment. When you are confident, playful, emotionally present, and in control, you're not just performing, you're creating an experience that will stay with him forever. So here's your challenge. Don't just learn the technique, master the art. Practice the rhythm, the tease, the control, the anticipation. Learn to connect deeply afterward. Watch his reactions, adjust, tease, laugh, dominate, and care. Do this consistently, and you won't just be giving him pleasure, you'll be teaching him what it means to be completely captivated, completely undone, completely yours. Remember, men forget bodies, but they never forget experiences. This is your opportunity to become unforgettable, to leave a mark, to be the woman he remembers long after the night ends, long after the releases, long after the memory of the act itself fades. Step into that energy, own it, play with it, and watch as this one position becomes not just a technique, but a legacy. If this opened your eyes and gave you the kind of insight most people never hear, don't just let it end here. Hit that subscribe button right now and join this community, because every single week I'm giving you more tools, more secrets, and more confidence to transform your love life. Don't just watch, be part of the journey. Subscribe today, and let's make your relationships unforgettable.